Hey everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Realms' Friday event. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named. Excited because it's round one of tonight's Armory Blitz. We got 6 rounds of some just awesome, juicy, looks like explosive actions coming at you, because we got William on Kano to start us out here on round one, and Dustin on the Briar to start us out here. Dustin is letting us know that he is undefeated in the online scene. It is actually his first time here on the onlines, so we'll give him a little bit of slack there. But he is, yeah, we'll give him the credit. Credit where credit's due. Undefeated. But William is going to try to change that, as he is rocking the Talismanic Lens, the Feigned Offspring Tunic, the Metacarpus Notes, and the Storm Striders. A very classic racy wizard setup. While Dustin on the Lightning Briar, it looks like. I can't quite see the equipment, but I would imagine it's the usual Briar setup with the grasp and the handpiece, the skullcap head, the Aether Iron Weaves on the chest, and the Snapdragon Scalers for the boots, I'd imagine. And we'll, as it happens, we'll figure it out. So then we got a Weave Lightning. We got an Entwine Lightning to start. Dustin's our turn 1 player. He opted to go first. William here is on the defensive, but not too shabby there on the Kano. He's going to be okay with that, being the tempo player, as Dustin goes Entwine Lightning Fuse to have go again into Entwine Lightning. Dustin there will pass the turn after doing a couple bits of chip damage there. William's going to start our game here at 13, not 12, 13. Get that updated, and Dustin's going to be at 20. So first blood there for a Briar player with 2 of the embodiments. William, though, let us know he's got a spicy look. A spicy look today, so keep some eyes out for that. A little bit, he was showcasing the deck a little bit earlier. I'm not going to spoil much for it. But I think you guys are going to be pretty excited when you see it, or at least interested, because why not, right? So who do you have in this matchup? Let me know. Let me hear it. How has your week gone? How is your Friday night going? I would love to know. And who do you have winning? I have to go with the Kano. I think everybody knows that. No surprise there. Oh, no surprise there. There it is. There's the first part of it. Moon Wish. He can put a card from his hand on top of his deck rather than pay the cost. And if it hits, he can search his deck for a card named Sunkiss, reveal it, put it into his hand, and shuffle. Dustin's not going to block there. William isn't going to Kano to get the card he put on top. It's going to get a Sunkiss. Oh, the Moon Wish was already going to go and get it, but that's all right. Sunkiss is up. I love this. This one's a gain 3 life, and it can have go again. William, though, is likely going to go find a blue Sunkiss here so he can activate Kano again. I like this. Going to gain some life here. So he's, William, he's going against the racy strategy of Briar. Instead of just going to race a race, he's like, you know what? I could gain a whole bunch of life. It's also possible he just gains 4 life here. He is going to play the 1. So he'll gain 3 life, and he'll refresh his action point since it has go again. Up to 16. When do you normally see Kano gaining life and going above its starting total? I love it. So William drew his card off the Sunkiss. He didn't want to go off the top there with Kano again, so he plays the blue 1. He'll draw a card, gain a life, which I'm not against. It's still 1 life, 1 card. He uses the action for the energy potion. It passes up to 17 life. I love this. Look at this Kano look. Hot damn. Who else is enjoying this? Because this is let me know in the comments for those of you guys watching back on the VODs. I know we have a healthy number of you guys that enjoy watching the coverage in your free time. We always appreciate you guys as well. So that is it for William's turn. A lot of action there. Gained 4 life, dealt 4, so 8 damage swing and the draw. Gib, are you talking about, I believe he banished off a Kano off the top to draw for the first one, and then went searching for the blue one. No, he had wait for the Moon Wish to already deal damage, I believe. He had just left it out there. All right, so Dustin went Ball Lightning in a Plunder Run. I can always double check it back at the end of the game, but from my view, it did look to resolve correctly. William, he's opting to block a little bit. And we have another Ball Lightning here. Yeah, the Red Sun case that was from Kano's ability. So he could do that as an instant speed. He had waited, so that he played it at instant speed after the after Moon had hit. At least that's what he indicated over verbally. So Dustin here did the Exude for 4. Reacts with the Snapdragon Scalers. Give it go again. William will take the 4. Fall to 13. He's got 2 cards in hand, the Energy Potion out there, and the card in Arsenal. And Dustin with the go again there. We'll play Nimblism. Plus by 3. That should be an embodiment of lightning as well. Give his next attack a go again. And Arcanic Crackle out of the Arsenal zone. This one is the yellow, I believe, because he said... No, excuse me. I didn't catch how much. It's probably the red version. I'll be real. Yep, nope. 3 plus 3 should be 6. And 1 arcane damage. Yeah, it might not look like it on the screen, but he it definitely that's how he verbally told it and did it for us. So it checked out for us. So 6 damage plus 1 arcane coming at William here. So 7 damage total. Pretty good look here for Dustin. I like this Arcanic Crackle edition. Yeah, sometimes Kano gets a little bit shortcutty and doesn't come across on the screen. I know a lot of times I'm guilty of that as well, where I leave cards out on the field that definitely shouldn't be there. And can, from an outside perspective, it can definitely look a little weird. All right, so Dustin here gets the 7 damage in there. William falls to 6, and then Dustin comes in with the Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2. Another 4. And William falls to 2. Wow, 15 damage turn there for our Briar. What a spicy turn. That was through blocks too. Woo! Yeah, I hate to see it if you're the Kano player. That could have one-shot. Oh boy, William almost didn't make it out of turn 2 there. Thanks to the it's really good that he's getting all that extra life. Hopefully he still has enough damage. We're trying this again. Moon Wish. Moon Wish out of hands. He still has 2 energy potential there with the Energy Potion. 2 resources banked out on the field. The tuna counter is at 2. So no banked resource there. Now William does have an Arsenal card he might be able to work with. I like this though. 5 damage coming across. William decided to switch it up a little bit. I love the spice. You kind of mix it up. Fortunately here, Dustin's embodiments are really gonna come across. He throws 2 non-attack actions across there, blocks up 6 of it, and that will do it for William. He did get 2 cards out of the hand though, so Dustin will go to his turn with an effective 3 intellect. That's 2 cards in hand, 1 card in arsenal. And William will try again at 2 life. And we may have to see him kind of risk it off the top for a little bit of this. And he's got a lot of misses that he's playing Moon. So Snatch for 4 straight up Does this indicate lightning press? Is this pressable? Oh boy, or Dustin's just gonna move to Arsenal this and move on. Does William take that into account? I wonder. Dustin here has no way to give this a go again at the moment. Actually, no way to give it go again at all. Or to do anything with it. Blink is technically free, right? But William's actually just going to block 6. He is going to respect the press. Throws a blue Aether Flare and a blue Aether Spindle in front of there. That was a lot of resources out of his hand. But I like it, though. Definitely needed to respect that press. Yeah, Dustin had it. Great call there by William. So William will take 1 damage here and go to 1, but he stays alive. So William's Tunics, when we get back to his turn, will go up to 3. And he's going to have 3 banked resources to work with. 2 cards in hand and a card in arsenal himself on this turn. I kind of think this showcases how you can kind of combat Briar a little bit. William, rinse, repeat. This is the last red Moon Wish. We saw a yellow and then now 2 reds. But taking cards, being able to get cards out of the hand for the Briar is the... looks to me, or at least appears to me, to be the way to handle it. Keep that in mind for those looking to build decks or combat a potential Briar meta. Dustin here will block 3 of it. Take 2. William will be able to search here. Get a Sun Kiss and put it into his hand. So we may see William gain an extra... No, going for the blue one. So... he got some choices here now, right? He can gain a life and draw a card. Well, no, he doesn't have the action to play it straight up. So we're going to see Kano off the top now until his action points refresh. That's exactly what he starts doing. Kano blinds off the top. It's an Aether Spindle. Uses the banked resource off the Tunic and the 1 floating to come in for 4 on the Aether Spindle. No floating now for William, so just the 2 resources remaining on the E-Pot. So unfortunately, he can't go into the Kano after he opts here, but he at least gets a couple bit of chip damage. Dustin will pitch a yellow, take 2. And 1 second there. I'll make sure that actually, I'm sorry, he didn't pitch to block 2 of it. He shock charmers to block 2 of it. My bad. A little misspeak there. And William opted 2, didn't catch where they went, but that was where it was. Now William's looking to go off on Dustin's turn here. He casted Sonata, and William will respond to it. So we got the Storm Striders into Crucible, into Stir. And we get a Forked Lightning here to end the game. Oh, we do. That will do it. Forge for 14. Checks out to me. Oh, man. I love it. You'll love the Kano. A little rundown of what just happened there as it comes up onto your screen. Always got to just double check and make sure it gets... we have enough resources for coverage. Sometimes you got to check us Kano players. But William there, Storm Strider, to be able to cast a spell at instant speed. And then Crucible Stirred Metacarpus to pump up a Forked Lightning for 5 times 2, which is 10. Plus the 4 from the card itself, up to 14 a total. Costs him 2 for the Stir, 3 for the combination of the Boots, Crucible, and Metacarpus, and 3 for the Forked Lightning. So that's exactly what we saw, and look at that. Hot tickety, right? You gotta love it. Kano is like, you're in lethal range no matter where you're at, so I am not going to complain about that one. Dustin gave it a great effort. Had a good Briar deck and played it well, but Williams Sweet tech. You know, there's nothing else to say. The life gain kept him alive. In all reality, I don't know if William would have been able to out aggro that. It makes me interested because Dustin definitely, without the life gain, Dustin had a two-turner. So pretty crazy, pretty tough when you think about it. But that'll cover us up here for round one. It's Blitz, so round two is gonna come at you pretty quick. Don't go anywhere. We'll catch you guys quick, fast, and in a hurry, and hopefully some more Kano. Hopefully some more Kano in round two. Don't be haters. Don't be haters. Kano is the besto. Catch you in round two. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' Friday events. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named in the awesome production studio. Excited because it's round 2 of some Armory Blitz action. Round 2 of 6 here, coming at you with John at the top of your screen on the beautiful Prism against Kieran on the tried and true Shadow character Ira. It's actually pretty thematic because he's got a shadow cast across his play space there, and you're getting very theme with it. Steven would be a little bit jealous, not gonna lie. Steven, one of our players out of Costa Rica, is pretty much lives and breathes Ira. But we'll see. Who do you guys have in this matchup? Before I get too yappy here, who do you have? Welcome in. I hope your Friday went well. Hope your week getting ready for the holidays coming up. I know it was a rather nice day today for us here in the state of North Carolina. But let me know how yours went. Let me know, who do you have? Do you have the Prism? Do you have John here on Prism on our turn 1 player, or Kieran as our Ira on the tempo? So John started off with the Herald of Tenacity. Got a damage, went to the soul. That's pretty much all that one does for that. And gets to move on with the attacks. Beefy, gonna be some beefy Prism here. As in beefy attacks. They're gonna be meat. Kieran on the Ira is not gonna have a lot of opportunities to pop that Phantasm. So, kind of a blitz in your face Prism. Aggro Prism is a pretty good look. All right, here. So, into Kieran's turn as our tempo player. He's down 2 life and has to face down a shield. So, he's down an effective 3 life. Because John, you can consider, is up to 21. Thanks to that shield. That's the awesome thing about Prism. So, Kieran here goes leg tap for 4. Go again. There we go. Briar impression. Actually, Briar is overrides the... Ira's the OG on it, but Briar kind of just ran with it, you know. John sinks below, opting not to sink yet. Yep, no sink there. Just gets his 4. And we notice here, Kieran does not have a 0-cost blue to do these Kodachis. So it makes use of his hand as effective as he can to E-Strike. E-Strike for 8. The +2 was the choice. Plus the Ira +1. So John does not have to worry about a mask or anything crazy at that point. But still, attacking for 12 and Blitz, that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good on the tempo turn. John here considers. So I take it back. It's not going to be super in your face Prism. He's running defense reactions. That's the first key indicator there. Have you ever sitting across your opponent, kind of wanting to figure out what they're playing, what kind of version of the deck? Sometimes little hints like that can kind of give them away. I think with the ever-changing meta right now, you never really know though. Especially when you sit across from a Briar. Like, is that Hyper Briar? Is that Cheerio Briar? Is that your own custom version? I love that. That's a great thing about this card game right now. That it is possible now. Does Briar maybe going to get eroded here on the 14th? I would not be surprised if it does. John's considering not blocking this at all. I kind of agree with that. He'll take 7 as the shield pops. And fall to 13. Great job there by Kieran on the Ira to just get a lot of damage thrown back there. I think he would have loved to get more cards from the hand, but still, if your opponent's not going to give the cards, you just knock them down. So John gets to go to his turn with 3 cards in hand, 3 cards in hand and 1 in arsenal. Uses the arsenal for Herald of Protection. That's for coming in for 7. It's going to have go again, thanks to Luminaris, which is the equipment here for our Prism player. That specifies when there is a yellow, pitch cost. When there's a yellow. Oh my god, here I'm just trying to explain this nicely and I'm confusing it. When there's a card with 2 pitch costs in your pit. I keep saying cost, that's not the right way to say it. When there's a card with yellow color in your pitch zone, All of your illusionist attacks have go again. Wow, we got there. Holy smokes. Woo! Oh boy. Sometimes that's why you just read the card. It gets blocked up though. As words elude me. John arsenals and passes after that and moves on with his life. Kieran here will tick up his tunic and Kadachi. John's not going to block. We'll start the chip down to 12. 12 to 18. As the Kadachi for 2 comes across. Here we go, making a... Hey, you know, it's been a long week, all right? All right, fellas? I hear you out there giving me grief. I hear it. That's all right. That's all right. Woo! John blocks with the skull card. Blocks for 2. But Kieran has a Razor's Reflex. He's going to pump it by 3. Critically, that's going to potentially be mask after that. But nope, nothing else to do there for Kieran, as he used all of his other cards to block up. And so we'll have to pass away. And John gets to go in with a full grip. And the tunic at 3 counters. So gets to do what he wants. So Soul Shield into the pitch means go again for all of his illusionist attacks. And we have a Herald of Triumph. Herald of Triumph. That's for 6 damage. Phantasm's not really going to be an issue here unless Kieran draws one of his potential Command and Conquers, which I don't believe he plays. Now, Herald of Triumph is a money card against it because it's going to have -1 while it's getting defended against. John then goes in with the Herald of Ravages. This one's of the blue variety, so 5 damage coming across if it hits 1 arcane and moves to the soul. I like this setup here by John. It's not super mid-range. It's just got a couple of the defense reactions in there so far. We have yet to see any of the auras, which I think is the right call in Blitz. And John will pass on that. Get some damage there. 12 to 9. Kieran does have a 3-life lead going to his turn. As speaking about 3, that's the number of counters on his tunic as well. So both of those are active, and both of those are going to try to get... We'll see. Kieran will most likely be able to use it a little bit more effectively than John will, just due to the fact that most of John's spells cost 2, and Kieran can get away with using just 1 there on some of his 1-cost attacks. John here will take the first one, fall to 8, and then do the Kadachi. Or excuse me, do the Skull Cavern for the second Kadachi. To fall to... Oh, no. Oh, backwards. We flipped it around. Excuse me. Flipped it around. Just indicated differently. The Skull Cap blocked the first one. Second one got in. That did the 2. And then Kieran was able to Whelming Gust Wave after that. But that got blocked up. It was only the blue. So an easy footsteps for that. Use the tunic. So I stand corrected. John did a pretty good job using his tunic resources. All things considered. I'm about it. I am about it. John now, he's got his meaty 1-cost attacks too. Would have been able to use a tunic counter here too. Well, he wants to go again, to be fair, so most likely would not have. But this one's coming in for 7. Kieran here gains 3 life up to 15. And considers no blocks. Wants to react though. Has the Flick Flack. So he'll take 3 back. Kieran will go back down to 12. Effectively no change in life total, but critically there, John did get a card into the soul, which he might be able to use later. Now, Kieran will be able to block the next attack here from John at a better rate. Actually, 1 card here with combo will block this, because this is his second Herald of Ravages blue, which is coming across only for 5. Kieran's got a +2 on the defense to the next combo card he blocks with, which would cover the 5. Kieran here does not think his mask is actually going to be active, as he mentions that as he throws it in front. And Kieran will then take 4 total, thanks to the 1 arcane that happens after the Herald of Ravages hits. So Kieran valuing the cards in his hands. If he had a combo card, he did not throw it out there. Uses life total as a resource to try to get the tempo back in this game. No mask now that John has to worry about. That's a huge plus, a huge win here for our Prism player. John here is going to let the first Kodachi hit. And so Kieran follows it up with a Kodachi for 2. Anybody want to change their vote on who do you think's going to win? Prism or Ira? Prism's following is kind of scary low. Down to 4. We have a Pounding Gale for 5. That's a lethal attack alert. That is a lethal attack. John will have to navigate this. He's considering throwing his tunic, not rocking the Vestige of Soul here, instead liking the longer kind of strategy that the tunic implies. Now, I kind of agree with that. I think the Vestige does sometimes just not trigger. Sometimes you get some stuff in there and it will, well, I shouldn't say trigger. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. A lot of times when you're going all out, you really just don't need the extra resources. You can have, you'll leave one floating here or there, and it's kind of like, it happens. John, blocking 3 of it, wants to take 2. And Kieran will pump it up by the breaking scales to go up to 1, so John will fall to 1, which is critical breakpoint here on this Kodachi. Martin, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's the best option on Blitz. I agree. I am wholehearted with you. I think, yeah, I was about to say cross-trap. You beat me to it. You beat me to it like usual. I love the Hardened cross-trap there because you just get some of these really meaty attacks out for free, and it almost gives you an extra attack on your turn. Because a lot of times you're restricted on your pitch on some of these attacks. So Martin, of course, beating me to it. How are you doing, Martin? Are you enjoying yourself tonight? I hope you had a good week. Ooh, Kieran here going to sigil and no blocks. We'll take 7. Wow, fall to 4. And that will mean that John will get his own Kodachi, which is crucial here because that will block Kieran. That will block Kieran's Kodachis up. Kieran throws his tunic in front of it. That had 3 counters on it too. It's gone. Oh, follows it up with a Command and Conquer for 6. What a great turn here by John. There is no holding this Prism down, who now on his turn can block some of the damage with his own tunic. Ooh, if John's, honestly, the craziness that would have been, if John's tunic was at 3, he could block with the footsteps and the tunic to block up 2 if he had that blanked resource on the tunic. That would have been pretty funny. Kieran here blocks 3 of it, throws a card in front of it. Oh gosh, finals. Oh boy. Well, don't let me distract you too much, Martin. I'll happily be your excuse. But go and get it though. Oh boy, what classes do you have? What are these exams for? So 1-to-1 is it's very thin. Kieran's first Kodachi takes John's Kodachi away. There's a lot of there are cards in Soul here for John, so he can pitch to make a Soul Shield. He's got a blue there. Actually, he 100% wants to do that instead. So he could, with this blue, instead of blocking, he could put the footsteps and the tunic in front, and make a Soul Shield. That's what he. I think the most optimal line is. He could always keep his tunic back there for later. I think if this was me, I'm probably pitching the blue. I'm putting the footsteps and the tunic out there in front, and I'm keeping a Soul Shield ready to go. John decides to block with the card instead, though. Blocks with the card instead. Here we go. Torn a tempo for 5. Now John indicates he wants to pitch. He will need to throw another card out there to block it. There's going to be 2 cards regardless. However he does it, it is going to be 2 cards regardless. Luckily, there's no hit effects. Computer science, let's go! I love it. I love it. What languages, Martin? What language are you programming in there? John throws 2 cards in there, blocks for 6. Leaves the Tunic alive, which will tick up to 3 on his turn. But he gets to go only with 1 card. So Kieran might have just taken the tempo back. That's the power of Ira. Oh, hold on. No, John had the Warranted Herald. That's the 1-cost attack that finds its way into the Prism deck. Great money card there. So that's coming in for 6 at the 1 cost. So wow. That will require a 2-card block here from Kieran. First year, first semester, so just Python. Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's fair. John here does a bit of programming. And you could say I dabble in it a bit myself. I actually, my big boy job is I'm a, I think technically title is now engineer, but... Oh, yeah, I think we got to upgrade when we got acquired. But I am a software developer by trade. So I love to hear it there, Martin. I will say one word of advice I will give you on it, or anybody else interested in a career of programming, is don't rely on what school teaches you because I promise you it's all crap. But sometimes you just need that piece of paper that says it's good. Do your own, I recommend trying to do some of your own projects on the side to get yourself a good base of knowledge and or a portfolio you can show people like what you've done and what you've accomplished, even if it's just minor stuff. So like get a GitHub repository going. All right, so Kieran here, he's snatching for 4. He has these Snapdragon Scalers available still, which I would not be surprised if he throws it out. Well, he could not here. Kieran is only going to have a 2-card hand. Oh, yeah, the programming, great. Oh, yeah, so you're good then. You're good then, Martin. You're good. The maths, hey, let me also cut it into you there. You'll never use the maths because you always just look that shit up. You might use it when you get out of there, but doubt. Why you gotta know all that calculus? You know what? Hey, that's what sometimes the school provides, though. You know, so send it. I do remember when I was going through a computer science program there. It was technically tagged on to the electrical engineering side. Oh, gosh. It's just all the terms. Ooh, gross. Gross. John here, Cataclysm. He banishes all the cards from his soul. That's why he didn't function a soul shield on the previous turn. So I kind of stand corrected. I got to correct myself from the previous line of play I mentioned. John was preparing for the Cataclysm. Kieran here, though, is not able to block the follow-up Wartune Herald. The overbearing attacks get there. Prism rushes it down. Yeah, Martin, I will say I'm not exactly too thrilled with Academia at the moment. I will say that. It's one of those for a lot of people, an unnecessary evil. A lot of money for not a lot of value. It's just not a good rate. And I also stand corrected. John had one more card there hidden around there in Soul. So, pretty good rate for John there. You love to see it. Ira. The Shadow Lady gets knocked down a little bit. Yeah, it's got to do it for the degree. It's you know, I got mixed feelings on it, but you got to go get your bread, man, you know? Oh, you don't? Well, look at that. You might as well do it then, right? It's just a waste of time. You know it. That's fair then. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Here in the States, man, I mean, technically, you would lose out on the money you potentially could have gained. I'll throw this to the be right back screen there. Yeah, because you can't work. Exactly. I was just about to mention that myself. But Always. Martin, this guy's always one step ahead of me, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, but good stuff, dude. I hope you can rush through it. Is it still, you still have to do 4 years? Do you have to do 4 years like we have to do here in the States, or do you have a shortened time on that? I wonder. But if it's free, you might as well get it. A lot of companies are trying to steer away from that, though. At least from what I hear in my industry, when people talk about hiring managers and stuff, talk about stuff. A lot of I guess my 5 years on that one. Yeah, I mean that was my program length too. That's kind of rip. Yeah, a lot of hiring managers and people I talk to around, they value like your work. They value what you've done prior, your experience over the college degree. Unfortunately, you get auto bounce out of some of these systems, but if you can get in talking with the hiring manager, a lot of times it looks pretty good. You get a guy with 4 years of experience versus a guy with 4 years of just a degree. They're going to take the guy with 4 years of experience first. Promise you that. But good stuff there, Martin. At least you know you gotta go and get it though sometimes, right? So, well, should be fun. Should be fun. Couple of years there for you, or a few years, several actually. Five meets a several, right? Few is what, 3 to 4, maybe several is what, 5 to 7. Oh, I'm getting a dictionary definition here of several. More than 2, but not many. How about definition of few? Here, look up few. I believe that's how I usually do it. Couples 2, right? You know, you get the singles 1, couple 2, a few 3 to 4. It doesn't say. It doesn't. I guess they're sort of. Can a few mean 4? Some think that few only means 3. 3 or 4. I think that's pretty good. I think having Ooh, here we go. Is 5 a few or several? Maybe we gotta get a poll going here, John. What did it say? I missed it there. Usually less than 5. Yeah. Okay. So that has it the same way I usually think about it. It's about the same way. Yeah. Few. This infinite internet wisdom is telling us few 3 to 4, several 5 to greater. But you guys vote yourself. I wonder if that's different. You lost a few brain cells on that search. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta get exact. We're helping Martin with his exam here, all right? We're helping him study with the. He's gonna get so fed up with the bullshit questions that he's like, man, I could just be blowing my brains out looking at study material instead. So we're helping him. We're helping him. You can delete your search history because of that. That's fair. I would too. Oh boy. How are we looking in games here? Let's see. Because I love it with it being Blitz. We only got 3 left there, fellas. 3 left, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to come pretty quick. It is going to come pretty quick. Martin, though, you're going to have to let me know how you do in your exam, man. Hopefully it goes well for you. Yeah, hey, no sweat. No sweat. We're always here for you. Oh man. Woo. 3 left. 3 games left. 3 of them. You might be 4 rounds left after this. So I guess you're technically right, regardless of what you mean it to be. If it was at that few conversation, it also would be right. See, this is a man who covers his bases. That's how you know he's going to do well. Because regardless of what the question was, he's got it answered correctly. You love to see it. So, Not too crazy, but I might Martin, if you keep dropping stuff in there in the chat, I'll keep mentioning stuff. But I think I'm gonna go see how the lobby's doing. If you might have missed it, I hope you caught it earlier. We had a spicy William with a spicy Moonwish Sunkiss Kano adaptation. I love it. You make games, yeah. Oh. 3 left in the rounds. 4 rounds left overall. Excuse me. So we have a few games left and a few rounds left. Yeah, there we go. Actually, now we only got 1 game left. So just waiting on 1. Not too shabby. Everybody had a little bit of an extension. That round started a little bit later than it needed to, but yeah. Look. If we weren't confusing people, something wouldn't be right. So mainly it's myself, but anyways. Oh, Martin, you turned him on to it. Okay. I think it's an awesome combination. You get that mixed damage in there. People a lot of times are gonna be rocking, especially in Blitz, are gonna be rocking the null rune. We didn't really talk about it in the last game, did we? It ended too quickly. But yeah, people rocking the null rune aren't gonna have the armor to block it. Now their defense reactions do raid out better, but a lot of times they don't plan for it and won't even arsenal in them. And they'll just pitch them to the bottom. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of it. Searching up that red, if you have your action point back, or the blue if you want to maybe go off the top. Yeah, it does kind of not rate well in the Briar a little bit because of the embodiments. I think you were right there, Martin. But I mean, we did see William survive through the game because of it. Now 20 damage over 2 turns against no barrier, only shock charmers is possible. I mean, very possible for a wizard player. But I think William just kept it more consistent and drew the game out. And a lot of times in Blitz, it usually gets to that grindier kind of game. So even just forcing that aspect is pretty good. You kind of cut some more of the. And I did see he had the Tome of Feindalis, but he must have cut like the snapbacks. Probably. He was still playing the red Aether Spin, so he maybe cut the Chain Lightnings. I'd have to ask him about it. I'd have to look it up on his deck list too. I'm not gonna spoil the whole list. You know, somebody if he doesn't want it spoiled up. So I would imagine if this was me and I was looking at it, I probably wouldn't play any Scalding Rains. He may have cut his Voltic Bolts potentially because they're just damage. Because you think now blues doesn't really matter. You can cut any blues for that, so whatever. It's the red sun and moons. And he had the yellows in there too, didn't he? He had the yellow moons as well. So yeah, I bet you he cut snapbacks and chain lightnings. I bet you. Potentially even Voltic Bolt. This probably doesn't play any Scaldings. I think I took my Scalding Rains out, to be fair, as well. He wasn't playing the blue version though, was he? Or at least we didn't see it. We saw the red and the yellow version of Moonwish, and then the blue and the red on Sunkiss. So he went down 2 blues, plays all reds, but both the Voltics. Okay. It was the snapbacks and Scaldings. All right. Okay. I can get behind it. Yeah, I understand that. I actually I've been cutting 1 Chain Lightning out of the Blitz looks when I go to play it. I've been yeah, there's been too many times where it just doesn't raid out for me. So I did end up, now there's a couple times where I'm like, this could have made it easier if I had it to play it, but because like there's the one-offs where it's like, I would love to lessons for this, but I already used it earlier. I blocked with it earlier. Chain Lightning specifically there. So Yeah, I am Martin. I'll be real with you. There was at one point I cut all my chain lightnings in Blitz. I am very hot and cold about that card. I love it in Classic Constructed, but in Blitz, I'm very, very hit or miss. It does slap off the Sonic, though. You are not wrong. I mean, I'm a big fan of getting the chain lightning. Like, let's say I can lessons get a chain lightning. I got a tome in hand. I'm not against that kind of strategy as well, to go lessons, chain lightning to tome if they have block. Instead of like, because I also play reverberates, so I could always just reverberate the same with the chain lightning. But sometimes I need that card at Arsenal. There was one where I was able to just chain lightning and use the instant to get the blazing aether at Arsenal to win the game. So that's why I'm kind of just leaving it in there as a one of. But I also do play the double red reverberate, so I'm just so I'm like what was that? Is it that's a Katy Perry song though, right? You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no. You're in, then you're out. You're up, then you're what? Isn't that Katy? You are just what's that song? Oh boy. Oh, I'm trying to think here. I can't play the song. That shows. Oh gosh, so this is gonna be eternalized though. What I listen to. Hey, you know what? The Katy Perry slaps. Don't let anybody tell you wrong. I'm getting disapproving looks, but that's a true banger. Or the Katy Perry as a song. Those slap. Those hit. Hey, don't judge good stuff. Not everybody's cup of tea, but let's be real. Popular for a reason. And this is the last time you'll see me here, but hot and cold. Is that it, Kat? Is that the actual song name? Oh, that cleans us up here for round number 2. Let me dip out here for a second, guys. Get round number 3 going, and I will we'll come back at you as Kat clarifies that is the song title. Just be lucky it's not some T Swift. Just be lucky, babes, it's not T Swift. Let me I'll be back. Give me a second here. You gotta love the T Swift, Too good. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' Friday events. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named, and we're excited because it's round 3 and we have another Kano. Well, it's the same Kano. As our names are flipped there. There's John at the top of your screen there on the prism, and William on the bottom. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was a juicy flip there. I love to see it. It was great. It's like that was made just for that. Oh boy. But you love it. You love to see it. John rocking the 4. The full set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count them. We had a good discussion on how many that is. That'd be a few. A few Norun equipment there for those following along through the day. If you're watching back on the VOD, you might not know what I'm talking about there. But fair enough there. John wants to shields up. If William here is not too happy to see the prism, it is one of Kano's toughest matchups. William is our turn 1 player, which I'm not quite surprised about. It's going to be a tough matchup for him, though. Definitely doesn't want to go first, try to chip away as much damage as he can before he gets kind of just blown out. There is also a possibility that he chooses to go second, but William can make some pretty good rates on cards. Say he has a red Herald of Protection to start, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, 7 + 1 damage and gain a life. Ooh, that's rough there. So William went the Stirred Lessons to put a Lessons on top, Arsenal card, and draw up a hand. William is just looking to get some extra damage. Now, Lessons is one part of an 18 damage combo. I will throw that out there, so keep that in mind. Here we go. John's going to start putting the punishment on. In this case here, William would have loved to have gone... Well, against 4 Norun, generally Kano loves going second, but it's a little bit tough here. So, Herald of Triumph coming across for 7. This is one of those rough spots here. William will need a lot of cards to block it. Takes the 7. This Herald will go to the Soul. John effectively could have 5 block now on 2 cards. Makes a shield and puts 4 into the Norunes for 2 blues. Oh, John though, he was not able to string this along. Did John just nombo some hands across, and is William gonna be able to sneak out of this a little bit? He gets another free turn to do some damage, and this is not what Prism necessarily wants to do in this matchup. John, we do know, does have some of those defense reactions in there, and maybe nomboed out a hand. William's gonna pump up a Voltic Bolt Red. As Martin had let us know earlier, it's still definitely in that deck. William is rocking the spicy Moon Wish Sun Kiss combination. Little spice. Martin, do you have your man William here? Or will he be abandoned for John on the Prism? I don't know. I'm always, you know where my vote goes. I don't know if I even need to say it again. John's considering blocking this out. Now the defense reactions here will be kind of muddy if we do see the Moon Kiss, but John's considering. Now, to be fair, finding a Sun Kiss off the top is not the worst. It's like a sigil, except you can actually play it as Kano, because it is a non-attack action. He would not get the draw a card or go again effects, because he would need to have played Moon Wish before. But at least with this pumped Voltic, it is posing some thinking issues here for John, who takes 6, falls to 12 in lethal range. As William passes it away, we know he's got a Lessons in there. So, Storm Strider's up with the Lessons. Definitely in range. War-Tune Herald for 7. Has to go again. This one came out of Arsenal, so 3 cards left in the hand for John. This is likely our last turn here. And ladies and gentlemen, it went that quick. William knows blocks. He wants to get more resources out of the hand here from John before he goes off, but William will be required to do it. Having the Lessons is pretty nice to see in hand. A lot of combinations here. Lessons in a Chain and a Blazing Aether, pretty good. Lessons into Tome of the Aether Wind on top. Herald Protection for 7. This should be it. One card in hand here for John. Maximum block he can get is 3. So William needs to find 15. If he can guarantee 15 points of damage, he wins it. Very possible. Very possible. But we do know that it is more of an aggro meta. So, you know, if I had to put money on it, I would consider John on the red, but play it safe there. William maybe will and consider it's a blue. Sometimes you just don't even have the chance. Oh, William actually just blocking 8. He wants that Tunic. John will pass, and William will let it happen. So, I didn't catch if he did end up blocking with those lessons. I didn't see it. I don't believe he would have. William just did not like that grip. Wanted to refresh the hand out. So maybe he's got a better look this time. He's also gotten an additional resource thanks to that Tunic bank. So into John's turn. Now, the only downside to that here from as we watch William kind of plan out his turn as John comes in with the Herald of Triumph. It is the dominated prism attack, so William is going to look to go off here. So I will say, though, John is going to have more shields up. So with 4 no rune up and 2 cards left in hand, it does mean that we're potentially at 6 extra block, which raises John's effective life total up to 18 potentially. William didn't like what he saw off the Talismanic. So we'll go Storm Striders into Crucibles and the Lessons. And we'll pump it twice. Come in for 5. It's a good start. You know, he maybe just didn't have the resources last time. This time, so he definitely kept the Lessons in hand. Maybe did not have the resources in that last hand to string it out far enough to find the 12. Although I will say here, though, on the last turn, William could have definitely made 11. Definitely could have made 11 on the last turn. So John blocking one of it, leaving one floating to fall to 11. Or no, excuse me. What did I just say? He blocks 4 of it, leaves one floating, takes 1, falls to 11. I am so sorry. I said that completely backwards. Brain fart there. William gets the tome on top. Double yellows in hand there. Into tome to draw 2. So we're all blind off the top. We're hoping. We're all hopes. William will Kano. Find a gaze. That's a great card. That will opt and go back to the hand. Doesn't like him. Ooh, no. 1 bottom, 1 top. Gaze will come back to the hand, and William will be able to go for it. Tome of Fandal, that she'll play with that floating resource to draw 2. Turn gets bigger. We're stringing this along. William still needs to find 12 damage. Hey, Tome is a great way to do it. Cards in hand goes up. Max, how's it going? How are you doing tonight? Oh, Sunkiss heals for 1. That's rough. Kato again. He would need to find a Sunkiss for... Oh, no. It needs red Sunkisses here if he wants to stay alive. John goes up to 3. He's got 1 card in hand and the Tunic he can block with. He can block 4. Oh, boy. Falls to 1, John does, and then... If John has 1... No, he doesn't have the another War-Tuned Herald. William will pass on his turn. Doing great, yeah. Oh, no. Damn, yeah, we would have loved to have you, man. Would have loved to have you. Yeah, Max. Welcome into a spicy wizard luck. William's rocking, and William got our first game here on stream too against a Briar. thanks to the life gain. He's actually rocking the blue and red sun kisses, gaining a whole bunch of life. William gonna find a second tome. Now he's out of tome of Faint Owls though. So William does have to go off here, all off the top. Eighth of Spindle is a great card to see. William is trying to stay alive. Trying to stay alive. But yeah, the Moonwish Sunkiss combination. William threw into the deck. And it did okay. It did okay. I will say it did okay. I think he might be getting a little bit non-boat at this stage because all of his moon wishes are dead on top. And Max, if you want to jump in, we do have 3 rounds remaining. We could get you in on prize support as well. We do have a buy rounds or a buy going around right now if you're interested in wanting to. Yeah, it's I'm a big I like it. I think it's awesome. I think it's not quite it might not quite be the best strategy for Kano, but it's a fun look. It's a fun look. So I love the spice. You got to mix it up sometimes too. See what works. That's how progress and innovation is made. Oh yeah, Max, you're we'll get you that link. We'll get that link over to you. William, he's still going. He found his chain. That one. Oh, hello. Hold on. That actually might. Oh boy, here. Okay, Crucible and the chain. There's 4. William does need to consider. This Herald still coming across. It might be able to block it up. Oh, you got it. All right. Sounds good there. Yeah, producer man was letting me know that we'd be happy to have you. So this one's coming in for 4 and will allow William to play his next card as a instant, which could potentially be a blazing here. So John's taken 6 so far this turn. Yeah, blazing Aether for 6 out of Arsenal. That's gonna require a response. Oh boy! John almost got there. So it has to throw 2. If William can find 1 more damage, does he risk it off the top or does he block? All right, plays it smart, blocks the 6. Yeah, that's fair there, and I think William is gonna sneak it out. That chain lightning. See, that's why, Martin, if you're still watching, man, that chain lightning is why I'm so hot or cold about it, because right there, chain lightning gets that blazing at Arsenal and just completely can win the game here for Kano. Oh man, what a just craziness. I love it. So now John's gonna go and William is gonna fire off in response. As John comes in. Now William just needs to find 1. If he can find an attack that deals 5 damage. That's a scalding rain, which will only make actually that's it right there. Oh no, it's a blue scalding, sorry, not a red. Not a red. It's a blue. We knew he cut his red ones. Here we go. Scalding for 2 arcane. So will require a response. Oh, that's a blue in hand here for John. So he's gonna block 2 of it. Remember, this is a Herald of Ravages on, or Herald of Triumph on the stack, on the chain. William, when Kano hit a Moon Wish on the top, and we'll have to concede the game. Oh man, what a shame. William could then only block 6 of it. So would have taken at least 1 damage there and died. So the one downside to having the moon, one downside to having the Moon Wish, but man, that was still a close one. Oh, still a very close one there. Great finish on that game. It was very back and forth. So we'd love to see it. We'll wrap that up there. In round 3 of our Armory event tonight. And we'll catch you guys in round number 4. Don't go anywhere. It'll come at you pretty quick. We only got a few games left. So it should be fun. Catch you soon. everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' Friday event. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named, and it's Friday, so you know it's 6 rounds of Blitz action headed your direction. Well, we've already been through 3 of them, so we're actually at our halfway point here, at the start of the 4th, top of the 4th here. We've got John back. He's our champion for the night. This is the John show so far, but Oscar... no surprise there, is up here back on table 1. Started from the bottom, and now he's here, which is a little bit unusual because usually the system just loves seeing him on table 1 though. So you know, he had to claw his way in there, but he's back, so it may turn into the Oscars show after this, but we're gonna find out. John wants to give him a good run for his money. We're coming into this game a little bit later. It's going a little quick here. Oscar came in with a Warrior's Valor Dawnblade. John blocked 6. Oscar responded with a Razor's Reflex in the reaction phase to give it +3. But John had a sink below, opting not to sink, and will cover it. So no go again on hit from this Dawnblade. Oscar will pass the turn. We'll go back into John's turn. He was our turn 1 player. Oscar's our tempo player. And I believe every time we've seen Oscar win, which is a lot of them, I believe it's always been on the tempo. I believe it's always been when he's turn 2. Well, I mean, I think it's only, well, I should rephrase that differently. I believe the only times we've seen Oscar lose is when he's turn 1, I believe. You'd have to double check me on that on the VODs, but I believe that is the case. John here on his turn, after ticking the tunic up to 2, goes War-Tuned Herald Red. The 2 cards he had floating there. Oscar throws his refraction boulders on top of it, plus 2 cards to block up 7. Oscar, of course, is rocking the Dorinthia there. No surprise, no explanation needed about that one. His standard equipment line of the Arcanite Skullcap, the Courage of Bladehold, the Brave Warriors Bracers, and the refraction boulders. John still rocking his equipment from the previous round against Ira, just with the tunic and the footsteps swapped places. John here, though, no blocks on the Naked Dawnblade, takes 3. Oscar refraction boulders, and so follows it back up with the Dawnblade. John then throws the Skullcap and the footsteps on top in front, not triggering reprise, blocking 3, but Oscar had an Out for Blood to pump it up to 6. Get a counter on his Dawnblade, the crucial counter. And we'll send John to 14. So 20 to 14 for our Dorinthia player here as we move into John's turn with a Command and Conquer for 6, leaving 1 in hand. Likely a defense reaction. Well, no, if it was a defense reaction, he probably would have, I would imagine, probably would have played it in response to the pump on the previous turn. So I will take that back. I don't think it's a defense reaction. It's probably just an attack that he will save for later. Command and Conquer here is going to threaten Oscar's arsenal slot there. We'll see how much he values it. Would require 2 cards here to block it up. No other shenanigans possible here from John. So what you see on the field is what you got. John is not going to have to worry too much about these Dreamweavers blocking in this matchup, or using the Dreamweavers to get the to reduce the Phantasm there from his cards. Could have potentially made good use out of the Goliath gauntlets to pump him up by 2, but we do know Oscar does have a Nourishing Emptiness in there from time to time, but it's possible. So 14-0 after that hit. Oscar did lose his arsenal, and that was a glint. So giving up go again on his Dawnblade there from that glint. But on Oscar turn, we saw the Courage get destroyed here to make his weapons cost reduced by 1. And then in Iron Song Determination to +2 and Dominate. And the reason why Oscar was okay with getting rid of the glint in Arsenal was because he had a glint in hand. So that's exactly what he did. Gave the Dawnblade go again after Oscar took the hit. And then we see the same rinse repeat here. Another 5 Dominate from Oscar. So both glints are gone though, so keep that in mind. John throws the Skullcap in there for 1. Oscar is going to pump by 3. Send it up to 8/7 right now. John will take 7, fall to 2. Dawnblade gets its second counter here, and our Prism player is in a little bit of trouble. Is going to need to take tempo out here. He's got the cards in hand to do it. Full grip of 4 plus the card in Arsenal. The fact that John's popping the Dreamweavers might mean this is a Herald of Erudition, I would bet. If I was a gambling man. Lord, I was born. Well, I mean, that was Rambling Man, but that's... Oh, I stand corrected. Herald of Protection. For 7. No Phantasm here. John just wants to ensure this this goes along. He doesn't have his footsteps anymore and does not want to risk a full grip, potentially getting pops by that one-off nourishing emptiness that pops up from time to time. So pretty smart. I think that's a pretty smart idea there, because if he's going to come back into this game, he needs this turn to do it. Oscar being able to sneak out of the turn with just one card out of the hand to pop a Phantasm there would have been just absolutely crippling there for our Prism player. So we're trying to find out if the pin is mightier than the sword here. Prism player, the library, our librarian sort of esque character. Well, I guess she's not necessarily a librarian, sorry. She just likes to read a whole bunch of books. Oh. John pummels this. I love it. Great choice to bop the Phantasm then. Oscar, no reactions. He will have to discard a card. Thanks to that on-hit trigger. John will then get a special shield. That'll come in for 1, effectively raising his life up to 3. Nothing in hand here for John. 1 floating and 1 in Arsenal. Has a resource on the Tunic, though. So Oscar will take the 1. And then here we go. 2 to get that attack here at Arsenal. Another Herald of Protection. This one's coming in for 6. It does have go again. Oscar here is going to have to respect this. I would imagine he goes 2 equipment, 1 card from hands. As he starts to grab pieces, he does. Throws the Singing Steel Blade out there to block. So we'll not have that on his turn. Oscar blocks 6 up there. Skullcap only blocking for 1. Likely won't get the chance to block it later. Ooh, Ravenous Rabble, revealing Ravenous Rabble. That's 4 go again. Great attack there from Oscar. We see his go wide strategy tonight as John blocks the 4 total. That pops the shield. Oscar's going to be a big fan of that because he wants to get this Dawnblade in here to hit. So this is coming in for 5. John's got a chance here. If he has, let's say, a Soul Shield, he will be able to shield up pretty easily. Ooh, can only block for 4, or only chooses to block for 4. Will fall to 1, but critically, that leaves the counters on the Dawnblade here for Oscar. So John, not exactly able to get the best rate there. Goes for the War Tune Herald for 7. He had a Cataclysm in hand, but he did not have 3 cards in the soul to be able to meet its additional cost. So instead, have to pitch it and go with the War Tunes. Effectively there, had John had 3 cards in the soul, he could have blocked with the War Tune and gone with the Cataclysm instead, which might have just solidified the game in his camp. Oscar would have had to put a lot of cards out in front of that, but critically there would have lost his counters on the Dawnblade, which are going to be pretty backbreaking here. As Oscar plans out his next turn and figures out his block, throws 6 in front of it. He's okay with taking 1. Falls to 2. He knows that there was nothing else going on there. So sends it. So John sends it back. No Arsenal there. 4 cards in hand. Oscar's going to try to start gripping or getting everything out of the grip. Ravenous Rabble to start. That's 0 for 4. There's a red on top there. Red hit and run. John nose blocks, goes to reactions. Sink below. And then Oscar, no sink there, and comes in for 5 on the Dawnblade. Looking pretty good here. John's in some trouble here. Well, he has to do 2 cards here from the hands, or no, it's a guaranteed 2 cards here from the hands. His But the nice thing though, oh, he did sink actually on that one. Sorry. We had not gotten that resolution yet. John was still considering it. We have the Soul Shield, so there's the 2 cards out of the hand, but this will remove the counters for the rest of the game. Well, obviously, unless John had like a sigil or something. Any damage there to keep the counters will end the game. Ooh, John grabs his soul. I think we got another Cataclysm here in hand. Potentially there. Arsenal doesn't pass, John's does. So Oscar with a full tempo turn just needs to find 1 damage. 1 Soul Shield's gone. I think both Sink Belows are gone. I have not seen Favor Scenes in John's deck yet. I don't think he plays them though. So Oscar here is looking to go pump up. We'll see how much John respects it. A route here for Oscar will just about end it. Yet to see those come out into the field. John's going to short block it for 3. Means he has a reaction here. Reprise is triggered, so Iron Song Response puts it up to 6. Ooh, John does play the Favor Scenes. There we go. That puts it up to 7. Now John's all in on this defense reaction. Is definitely short blocking this, thinking Oscar can only get the 1 pump. We'll see if he made the right choice or not. Stroke! Another 3 up to 9. 9 over 7 right now. John will be dying. Does he have another defense reaction here? Not even a shield. A shield won't do it. So it's a defense reaction or bust. 9 total over 7 at the moment. Does Oscar do it? A reprise trigger there for the stroke. Now John, considering, looking at his options. 9 over 7. And John calls the game. Does not have it. Cannot find a way out of there. No sigils. And the shield will only block 1. Bring that block up to 8. So John will still fall there. And Oscar takes it in round number 4 here. Look at that. Not too shabby. John gave it a really good fight, though. Brought these life totals pretty close. We've had some pretty good back and forth games over the last few events, I will say. I've been very excited about it. Been having a great time watching events, you know, and Max might not like to hear this later, but no old him be old hims. Andrew, he's one of the old him players. Haven't seen him in a minute, but he loves that old him as well. But yeah, I guess we're kind of glad we don't have that, but we wouldn't be upset if an old him came in. I'm just saying, we got some pretty close games though. There's some very, very fun and interesting matchups. So we've had some spice today. We saw the Briar. We saw a Moonwish Sunkissed Kano so far. Ooh, Prism. Yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, Oscar. Like, I don't think I really need to say anything more than that. Because he's just going to play the Dorinthia. Let's be real. But if I like it, though, a little bit changed. He's definitely going wide today. Going wide with the Ravenous and the E-Strike. So, not too shabby there. You love to see it. You love to see it. I got word that Oscar collabs with some local guy around me to figure out the Dorinthia stuff. So, you love to see it. You love to see it. So that closes us out here for round number 4. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, I'll simp for some likes here for a second. Hit that like button if you're having a good time. If you're watching this back on the VOD, come hang out in the Discord. Come shoot a comment down below saying what you like, what you didn't like, whatever. But then come hit that Discord link. Come let us know how you're doing. And sign up for an event. We'd love to have you. We run 2 events a week, and you're more than welcome. More than welcome to come in and play, or just find some pickup games throughout the week. I'm always there with the Kano, so you probably don't want to play against me. But if you're a little glutton for punishment, by all means, come on in. But we'll catch you guys here for round number 5. Don't go anywhere for too long. It should come at you pretty quick. They do have a lot of time left in the rounds, but it's Blitz, so it should go pretty quick. So come at you quick, fast, in a hurry. We'll see you then. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' Friday event. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named. Just excited to bring you another Oscar match. Yeah, it's about ready what it's gonna be for the rest of the night. But maybe Dustin can slap him down, because we got some Blitz action for you here. For those following along, it may now be the Oscar show. It may not. For those watching back on the VOD, I know you're not going to be surprised to see Oscar up here rocking table one, but he's he's gonna go second here. No surprise there. Won the dice roll, going second, allowing Dustin on our lightning briar here to rock first. Dustin starts it off with a captain's call. That one's the red one, and he plussed it up, and so we saw a Ravenous Rabble to back that up, and a 6 damage Ravenous Rabble. Oscar, he'll throw some stuff out there and block 6. He's going to try to stay healthy here. Dustin isn't going to press it. Oscar's got no reaction, so he'll take 3. Down to 17. Who do you guys have in this matchup? Do you have Dustin on the turn, or do you have Oscar on the tempo, where he loves to be, as Dustin gets first blood, 3 damage? Oscar, well, I mean, do we still consider that first blood as Oscar goes back up to 20? It technically is, so we'll call it there. Dustin takes the first blood, and we'll go into Oscar's turn, who did take some damage, but gained it all back up, and now gets to rock 4 cards into a very pumped up Dawnblade. That's pumped up by 6. It has 3 base power normally, so 9 attack. On hit, go again here for this Dawnblade. What a meaty tempo swing back. Dustin here, does have an embodiment, or should. I see that he didn't generate one, so he may have forgotten about it. Only blocked with equipment anyways though. So we'll take 6, fall to 14, and then Dawnblade will come back in naked. Oscar's hunting for counters. And we'll see if Dustin gives it to him. So how's everybody still doing? Are you still having a fine Friday evening? Oh, Dustin loves his hand. He takes the 3. He's going to allow Oscar to get this counter. Oscar arsenals that card. We're not super sure what that might be. It could be an Iron Song and needing reprise, but also Oscar did not have any resources available to be able to pump up that Dawnblade. So that really could be pick your poison there in the arsenal zone. Ooh, Dustin here. The reason why he didn't, well, he's got a Gorgian Tome. He'll draw one. I'm sorry, I thought that was a Tome of Harvest for a second. I was like, that would have made sense. He would draw 1 card, get 1 card closer to his embodiment of lightning. And then Dustin considers the rest of his turn. Sonata. For 0. Ooh, he hits. That's a Plunder Run, and then his choice of Ball Lightning or Lightning Surge. Oscar is going to have to take 1 here. Ooh, they're all red there too. So, ooh, Ball Lightning here for Dustin. He wants that 0 go again. Dustin will shuffle his deck up. Yes, and that is a great pick here for the Lightning Briar. It's also potentially one of those that are in threat of changes / bans. I will say that. It provides a lot of value. There is a ban and restricted announcement coming out. I believe it's the 14th of December. So coming up, if my memory serves me correctly, so keep an eye out for that and see what gets chopped. I would imagine it's either an errata for Briar, or there is another hit. It's also very possible a Thorn Rosetta Thorn is pretty strong, but I don't think it's the biggest issue. Likely either a Plunder Run or Sonata, if I had to really put some money down on it. So Exude Confidence, 0 for 4 coming in. Oscar blocks up 4. And then Dustin will... Yep, so the Exude Confidence had go again thanks to the embodiment of lightning. So Dustin follows up with a Plunder Run from Arsenal. That's going to be +3. And the next attack action card that he controls hits this turn will get go again. the Weave Lightning there. Pumps the next attack action card up to 6. Ball Lightning for 9. Dustin, he wants that extra +1 damage. So this is why he kept that hand. It's a pretty neat turn. And look at the problem with Briars. You took away the whole pitch aspect of the game. There are no cards in Dustin's pitch zone and will likely stay that way for a majority of the game. That card is in Dustin's hand. It's not in his arsenal. Keep that in mind. On hit, he will draw a card. Oscar goes no blocks. Wants to take 10 and let Dustin draw. So Oscar will fall to 9, 2 under his opponent. Dustin will draw. So we actually may see a Thorn come in here. Arcanic Shockwave fused with a Lightning Surge, which will eventually make its way to Dustin's arsenal slot. It's actually here. If I'm Dustin, I'm Snapdragon scaling this, giving it go again, and going in with the Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2. Or even the Lightning Surge for another 0 for 4. Oscar here, no blocks, takes 2 on the Arcane thanks to the Ball Lightning still in effect. And then 4 + 1 means 5, and that is a Lightning Surge. Actually, Lightning Surge is pumped up by the Ball Lightning, so I think if I'm Dustin here, well, I guess depending on Oscar's block. If Oscar falls to around 2, I'm going in with the Thorn. But if not, I'm going in with this Lightning Surge. Oscar blocks for 3, wants to take 2, go down to 5. Dustin does do the Snapdragons and goes in with the Lightning Surge for 4 + 1, so threatening 5. So this will require a card out of hand here from Oscar or another sigil. Or his second sigil for the game. Not a bad turn here for Dustin. Got a lot of damage down. And that's an understatement. Oh, gross. But that's Briar for you. Oscar carefully considers what card he wants to get rid of. Blocks 3, will take 2. And will fall down to 3. Takes an extra 1 thanks to the Ball Lightning effect. Dustin's going to remember his embodiments of Earths. Ball Lightning, Arcanic Surge. Ball Lightning, Arcanic Shockwave, and Lightning Surge all hit, but technically Shockwave would have created an additional one since it was fused, so it should be 4 there for Dustin, but he only remembered 3. Those are beneficial triggers. Oscar does allow him to put the triggers onto the stack, but does let him know, hey, you do have to remember when they actually trigger, which is very fair. Oscar being very friendly. And that's what we like. Casually competitive here is what I coined it. Everybody is very friendly, likes to have enjoyable games with each other, but with a competitive focus, keep everybody honest. So Ravenous Rabble for 4. Dustin gets to block with a non-attack action. He blocks that up with the Captain's Call. It's off the screen, unfortunately, there. As we get a nice view of Dustin's shirt. It's a good long sleeve. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad. Can't make out the brand, but not too shabby. Ladies, I don't know if Dustin's single, but I will say no ring on that finger. Means he might be an eligible bachelor. Just you can see look at the scruff. He's looking good. Looking good, right? Anyways, Oscar then he goes Courage and a Dawnblade for 4. Dustin throws another non-attack action card in front of it. We'll block 5. So we'll see if Oscar reprises his trigger. We'll see if he goes off on it. That card in Arsenal, I'm still betting is an attack reaction that Oscar just couldn't pay for in a previous turn. Glint. It is an attack reaction. And he definitely could have paid for it. But this one goes go again. And allowed Oscar to draw a card. So he drew off that, he drew the card that he had revealed from the Ravenous Rabble, and will now decide how he wants to pump this to be able to get another swing in on this Dawnblade. So, Singing Steelblade. How much does he want to... How much does he want to float here? Oscar considers. Ooh, hold on. Maybe not. Maybe not. This is why you always pitch then play. Or play then pitch, excuse me. Oscar actually calls the block good. It does not singing, so we'll have to... And then goes hit and run E-strike. Oscar likes the math better on the hit and run E-strike. So +3 thanks to hit and run. And then the E-strike, put that Singing Steelblade to the bottom. Shows a +2 mode and comes in for 10. Dustin will not block it, fall to 1. Great choice here. That's why Oscar does pretty well, right? Does pretty well because instead of glinting and then going singing into getting over on that block to keep the counters on his Dawnblade, is like, hey, I got 10 damage potential here. I know my opponent only has 2 cards in hand. So actually a pretty good idea here from our warrior player. But Dustin, he's got 2 cards to work with. If I remember correctly. Yep, should have 2 cards to work with. Facing down an Entwined Lightning. We'll block for 4. Oscar will. And now Dustin has a choice here. Oscar throwing the Brave Force Bracers and the Warrior's Valor in front of that. Warrior's Valor is a awesome piece there for a warrior, but isn't super necessary with the Refraction Boulder still up. Oscar, unfortunately, though, is not going to have a chance to pop that this game, because if the Dawnblade hits, the game's over. Sometimes you just don't need your equipment. It's a very good case to be made that some equipment, like equipment is nice and it does help your decks and it does make you more tuned out and more competitive. Not going to lie there, but it does sometimes showcase that your decks can get there without it. So if you can't afford the legendary equipment or don't have access to it, you can still you can still play and have a pretty decent time. A lot of heroes can get around with generic equipment. So in fact, a lot of the Briar decks are playing generic equipments, all things considered, minus the Skull Cap. A lot of times you can even just throw something else on top of that, even a lens or just an iron rod helmet. Oscar here is gonna put this Dawnblade up to 6. Dustin doesn't have any more reactions and says it's game. You got me. Oscar sneaks one out with a marvelous E-strike turn. I'm gonna say that was pretty good. Dustin says he lets Oscar know not playing any other reactions, and we see a sigil. In case it was needed, I would have put Oscar up to 6. Dustin's like, man, I really should have overblocked that. And you know what? That's the mind game that comes down against the warrior. You have to guess. You have to put him on something, and you either put him on the attack reaction or something else. And Dustin chose, and unfortunately this time it didn't choose correctly, and it didn't swing out for him. But it was very close effort. 2 crazy explosive turns there in the middle. I'm still starstruck from the E-strike turn, because Oscar was definitely it was not his first initial thought. It was not his first line, and reconsidered it and came out on top for sure on that E-strike. So a big fan of that. That closes out here for round 5. We got the prize support coming at you at the conclusion of this round, and then round 6. So solid stuff, enjoyable gameplay. I know I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are too. And I will catch you guys for the prizes in round 6 to wrap up tonight. So blitzing through, as producer man loves to say. I stole it from him. Blitzing through these games. Pun definitely intended. So we'll catch you guys shortly. Ho! Hey yo. We'll let
going
everybody.
on?
We gotta wait for the ads to go through. For those of you fellows that have not installed an ad blocker yet, I see it happen too. I see people like to tell them get that ad block. Get that ad block. We're not revenued on or monetized on the YouTube, so get that ad block there, fellas.
You need
it improves your quality experience. It improves your viewing quality. No shipping to Norway equals a win.
Wow.
Damn, Ken.
Shots fired.
Woo! All right, John, are we ready to do it? We got 18
so
people.
The quick walkthrough.
Oh yeah, run through the
tonight.
walkthrough.
So we're gonna roll this dice generator. It's gonna tell us how many times we're gonna randomize the list. Then we'll randomize the list that many times, and then the top names we'll get to pick in order. For today, it's all the same prizes except for first and second name. We'll get an extra pack. So to be top 8 names, pick in order.
Oscar,
And-
he's sitting on quite a bit. Oscar is sitting
True.
on quite a bit.
True.
There's truth. There's facts behind that.
But all right, ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are we doing 2 for the 18, or are we gonna bump it up
You
to
wanna bump it
3?
up? All right.
I mean, there's 18.
I learned how to count to like 10 though, so if we
I'm gonna have to take my shoes off.
You gotta count.
We're gonna take our shoes off.
Here we
Though.
go. All right.
Roll it up.
Rolling it up.
See, that's not bad. It's only
Yeah.
9.
Look at that.
It's only
Big
9.
numbers. So
Look at
there's
that.
timestamp in the chat.
You wanna
And-
shrink my window a little bit? We got a little bleed going on.
Oh, I'm sure the viewers really care about that little bleed.
You know what?
Alright.
It was messing with me. I'm
Okay,
not
alright.
OCD
So,
or nothing.
Number 1.
Oh, you already started? You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for Ken here. We're gonna go quick, not for Ken.
2. 3. 4. 5. 6.
It's taking a second to go though.
7.
Sorry, Ken. Good thing it was only 9.
8.
Oh my god, could you
Alright.
imagine that was like 18?
Number 9, right?
Yep, number 9.
All right, 9.
This is it. Let's go.
Bang.
Dustin.
Hey.
Oh, first time in too.
And
Yes,
Oscar
look at
sneaking in
that.
at the end there.
Oh, Oscar snuck in. That's damn. Look
Yeah.
at this. Max, man. So close.
Let me know if you want a chipped bobble. I'll
You want that
ding one in
bobble,
the
Max?
corners, man.
Well,
Up. It'd be non-foil.
it's not for the bobble. For Max.
But all right, we'll see you
All
guys
right,
in the
we'll
lobby.
see you in the lobby. We'll get the
Yeah.
packs. Actually, that's on me. I'm the
you-
one
you hit the
controlling
button
it. So
right
we
here.
said
Yeah.
said see you there. I never hit anything.
I know.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' Friday event. Our names are a little bit mixed up here, but we're getting those, producer man's getting those updated as he joins me in the awesome production studio. I think Oscar is playing this round.
How did I get deleted?
They did, yeah. We can flip them all you want, but it doesn't help if it's not correct. But anyways, back on to the intro. Welcome in there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Brent, alongside streamer to be named, who was giving everybody a little bit small seizure. Please go see a doctor if that affected you in any ways. If you're on the ground spasming out right now, nothing I can do except wish you well. And hopefully you survive. But anyways, this is round 6, so I am excited to see more flesh and blood action, but sad at the same time because this will be our last round of the night. And for those watching it back on the VODs, it will be the last VOD for this series. Well, of tonight. Oh, woo. Shouldn't say series because we're not doing series right now, but of the night. So, anyways. Sad and happy at the same time, but Oscar's super happy. It is 5 a.m. in Norway as he struggles to stay awake and try to make another run at an event. Currently undefeated as Robert. Robert wants to say no. It's Roberto, actually. Roberto with an O. I'll give him that full O there. And Roberto gets 2 damage on turn 1. Oscar is our tempo player. Loves to be there. Is very successful in the tempo slot. That's where Dorinthia mainly likes to be. Mainly likes to be there. So, who do you guys have in this matchup? I hope you're having just as much of a good time as I am. Do you have the Oscar on Dorinthia, or do you have Roberto on the Ira? Roberto's going to try to get revenge for the previous Ira loss that happened on stream. We're going to try to get one back for the ninjas. My vote's gonna go to Oscar though on the tempo, and only took 2 damage on turn 1. So I do know he plays double sigil. So I would not be surprised if Oscar is able to find himself a win here. Oscar gets 3 damage in there as Roberto no blocked, which then causes Oscar to break the refraction boulders to give the Dawn Blade go again and come back in again for 3 with 3 cards in hand and 1 in arsenal. That tells me there's a lot of attack reactions likely up there. I would not be surprised about it. We have also seen Oscar go glints into generic attack actions. So there's always those abilities there. We saw it very effective in the last rounds where Oscar found 10 damage. But we've also seen it into Ravenous Rabbles or other Scar for Scars, stuff like that as well. Oscar, he is going to pump out for blood. +3, using that 1 floating up to 6. Roberto then will finally trigger Reprise and Flick Flack. It's only blue though, so it only blocks 2 and triggers Reprise. This could be deadly. Route here for Oscar will not put the Flick Flack back. It goes up to 9. It does float 1. Roberto, no reactions to the route. And Oscar, there's no follow-ups anywhere else, so Roberto falls to 10. Now we're into Roberto's turn. He took a lot of damage there. Tunic only goes up to 2, as he's gonna have to struggle back for the 8 life difference here. Oscar's got himself a very commanding start to this game. Don't doubt the Norwegian champion. That is for sure. It's also Oscar also is the proud owner of a gold foil. I think he said he traded that for quite a few Welcome to Wraith. I think Welcome to Wraith in Arcane First Edition boxes or cases. I think quite a few of them. But anyways, Roberto is up to some shenanigans. That's a Pounding Gale for 6. 2 cards in hand, 1 resource floating, which tells me that this is likely a Snapdragon Scalers to give this go again into an additional attack. Maybe a flying kick here. Maybe not. We will see. I know what's the pounding gale combo. Oh gosh, you don't normally see Ira actually combo stuff out, so I have long since forgot what each card sends into the combo. Oscar throws the Courage in front of that to block 2 of the 6. Roberto actually just going to react with the Razor's Reflex to give it go again, and no Snapdragon Scalers there. So up to 9. Oscar will take 7. Down to 10. Even it up, Roberto did, but Oscar still has a full grip. Actually, Roberto makes it up to 8. Eight's damage as he broke the breaking scales, pumped it up to 10 on the physical power, and then the 2 block. Finds center for 2. And if this hits, it will trigger the mask. It is not comboed. No cards in hand, no go again. Oscar is easily just going to block the 2, though, with his bracers. Oscar's rocking the usual equipment. Roberto, no surprise on his equipment either. Mask Momentum, the Fendal Spring Tunic, the Breaking Scales, and the Snapdragon Scalers. Both classic, just regular, straightforward equipment for both heroes. And speaking of equipment, Oscar pops the Courage. He is going to be able to swing his Dawn Blade for 1 less resource this turn, which effectively makes it free. It's going to, once per turn action, 0 cost attack. That's what that reads to me. Effectively. Doesn't want to start with just the basic Dawn Blade. Wants to spoils it to give it +2 and go again. So that's thanks to the counter up to 6 damage with go again. No floating. Going to be 2 cards still in hand and a card in arsenal here for Oscar. Roberto sitting at 10 life. He might find himself very short on those life points here after this turn. But we do know that 1 route is already gone. Roberto, he's going to take some time to think about this one. Going deep into the tank. We'll likely see the mask come out. Yep, actually, there it goes. Speak of the devil. You know, sometimes we just will it. That blocks 7. Roberto is covering a Singing Steelblade +1 at the moment. Oscar says the block's good. So it tells me he wants to go generic go-agains. Red hit and run into Ravenous Rabble off the top. It is a red. So that is going to be 7 go again. And we'll see what Oscar has in that arsenal spot. If he has another generic for 0, this could get pretty spicy. So 7 physical, no other on-hit effects. What you see is what you got. Roberto could be inclined to take this. That will put him into Naked Dawn Blade range. No blocks, calls Roberto. Goes to 3, takes the 7 from 10. Oscar now finds himself 6 life up, and will pass the turn. So no other additional Ravenous Rabble there in the arsenal slot. That would have been too good. As Roberto wants to chip away with these Kodachis. He's got some life to make up again. He did it pretty well in the previous turn. But this time he's got he's got to be very careful on his life totals here. Needs to get cards out. Oscar uses his equipment to block the first one. No blocks the second one. Oscar will fall to 7 thanks to the 2. And Roberto will follow it up with a Pounding Gale using the resource from the Tunic for 5. This does not threaten lethal, so Oscar can no block this. Going to his turn with 4 cards in the grip, 1 card in arsenal, and likely close it out from there. Now Roberto does have the option to have some defense reactions, so we haven't seen too many of them yet. There's a Flick Flack there in the pitch zone, and we know a Flick Flack came in earlier, but those were both of the blue variety. Oscar no blocked it, fell to 2. Not surprised at all about that one. And Roberto will pass it away right there. So, critical turn here. Oscar likely to end this game, likely to end it. Steel Blade Supremacy is a great way to start. Steel Blade Supremacy is a great way to do it. 7 on hit, draw 2 cards. Now the Stoneblade doesn't have go again at the moment, but we've yet to see Oscar use a glint. We've yet to see it. So Roberto says that is a lot, and I agree with him. It is for the whole turn as well. Roberto blocks the 7, does trigger Reprise, leaves himself open. A Singing Steel Blade. Oh, he's gonna go get a route. He's got to float 2 there. Oscar gets the route here, gets to send one of these 3 back, and this will do it unless Roberto has double defense reaction in hands. So Roberto only blocking 4 right now. I guess technically he only needs, he needs a double defense reaction because the route pumps it up to 11. Over 4, Roberto has no defense reactions, and Oscar takes it. You'll love to see it, unless you're not a Dorinthia fan, which you might not be. Then you would hate to see it, but Oscar did very well there. Woo! What a hand to combat. That's a tough hand to beat, though. That's a tough hand to beat. Because Oscar could have potentially also, depending on the game situation there, could also glint and get some additional attacks there. You know, you look at the glint route. The glint would have drawn Oscar a card. He would have resources floating to go back in, but then on hit, saying it hit, he didn't need the pump. Would give him would draw 2 cards from the double Steel Blade. So had that even been earlier in the game, would have still been pretty meaty. No, Dorinthia, it's just good. It's just consistent. Has those wild times. So you'll love to see it. But that will close it out here for us. We'll close it out here in round number 6 and of our Friday night Armory event. Catch us if you're looking for more Flesh and Blood action. Catch us Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's every week, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Blitz. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Classic Constructed. And that would be Out of the Box Gaming's Armory Classic Constructed event that we are happy to provide coverage for and excited to be able to watch those games. So I know at least I will. I'll be there. I'll be there at B Square. But on behalf of myself, John, and James, we appreciate everybody for coming in, hanging out, having a good time. And we will see you next time.